Hi. Recently I've been looking around YouTube and Reddit and other forms of social media, and I've seen that a lot more people are starting to get into the Apex movement community. And this is great. But currently I feel like there's too many barriers to getting into the community. A lot of videos from like a year or 2 years ago show the techniques that you need to learn to be good, but that's 2 years old. We're making massive strides every day. So I've decided that to make an updated guide for the essentials that every beginner, intermediate, pro movement player needs to know. But before we get into the tips, let's hear a message from my sponsor. Team Tavern is a website to help you find teammates. Whether you're just looking for a casual friend or planning to create a professional esports team, Team Tavern has you covered. But not only in Apex, Team Tavern has a large list of games to help you find teammates wherever you need them. Team Tavern has not only player profiles for individuals looking up to team up with another, but also team profiles for those looking to build a team. Thank you, Team Tavern. The first thing every movement player is going to need to know is the basics. Everyone needs to know how to tap-strafe and wall jump. Tap-strafing is super simple. To tap-strafe, you're going to want to bind your scroll wheel down to jump and your scroll wheel up to move forward. This way, you can put a lot of forward inputs in a very fast time. There's a lot more videos going way more in depth onto why tap-strafing works the way it does, but I'm just trying to do a brief thing. So to tap-strafe, you're going to want to move in a direction, pick up some momentum, jump, take your finger off of the W key, scroll wheel down, and then scroll wheel up while holding the directional key that you want to turn your screen, as you can see by the keyboard overlay in the clips that I am showing currently. After that, you'll want to learn how to wall bounce. Wall bouncing is again very simple. If you have your jumps binded to scroll wheel down, as you should by now, you just go into a wall, look at it, and then scroll wheel down, and it should bounce you off of the wall. If you want to do this at a direct angle is the easiest way to learn, just looking straight at the wall. And between a 45-degree angle, you won't need to strafe into the wall. But if you're running horizontally along the wall and you want to wall bounce off it, you're going to either need to just normally strafe into the wall or tap strafe. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but if you look at the clips and you just work on it yourself, it just comes with practice. There's not much I can give to you to help you learn faster. So with that, on to the next step, wall running. While wall running is not very important on its own, it's combined with a lot of other techniques to really evolve movement as a whole. I have a video of it which I will put in the top right, but I'll give you a quick demonstration right now. To wall run, you'll want to run into a wall, get rid of all of your directional keys, like your forward key, then hold the key that you want to move in, look a little bit to the left, and do that. As you can see by the overlay that I have and the examples I'm showing, it's pretty easy. It's just once again taking some getting used to. But wall running is super important for the next technique, fatigue jumping. Fatigue jumping is combining wall bounces with wall runs. It's a very, I'd say, on the complex side of all of movement tech, and what it's doing is it's taking advantage of how after you jump once, all jumps after that jump are lower. They're tiny little hops. And we take advantage of that because if you wall jump out of one of those tiny hops, it gives you a lot more height. But just normally wall jumping doesn't work. We need to do a little hop into a little wall run into a wall jump. I have a video which I go very in-depth in how to do this. But as you can see by the overlay and my little explanation, you might be able to figure it out. I don't know. But the next technique is one of the simplest. After you learn how to tap strafe, you need to learn how to gravity cannon tap strafe. This is essential for if you play on Storm's Point, you need to know this, because it creates so much more of the map opens up to you. Usually these gravity cannons point in a way that it wants you to go, so it gives you just, it doesn't really connect the map. It connects two locations, but if you can tap strafe out of every single gravity cannon, you can go anywhere. Once again, I've made a video on how to do this, like I have with all of these techniques, and I will be linking them all in the description and all in the top right when I'm talking about that technique. But a quick overview is when gravity cannon tap strafing, you need to look about 45 degrees in the direction you want to go. Scroll wheel down, then scroll wheel up, just as the cannon launches while holding the directional key that you want to go. As always, I'm showing it on the screen, and there's a overlay, so you can use that to help yourself out. But with this one, I'd really suggest looking at the video, because it really goes a lot more in depth than I'm able to do in this short format video right now. Then the last technique that I want to go over is super gliding, and that's because my method of super gliding is a lot more controversial than anyone's method. And that's because I use CFGs, or configs, which have been under fire recently in the movement community. Honestly, it's not bannable. Respawn has not officially said anything bad about them. You can use them, you won't get banned. But it's a little bit shady because it's using macros to do timing. I have a video talking how to do it. I can't really teach it in this short video because it requires files and stuff like that. But I have a video on it, top right, description. And if you want to learn how to do it without CFGs, there's a bunch of videos online how to do it. It's just hard, I'll be honest. And that's about it. Those are the essential need-to-know movement techniques. And I was making this video because I have a lot of friends who don't know movement, and they've asked me, where do you start? And that's what I'm trying to teach with this video. From 1 to 5, they're in the order that I think that you should learn them. And that's about it. I thank you so much for everything that's been going on recently. It's been crazy. I don't know. With that, goodbye, good night, good day. Fucking I don't know. Bye-bye now.